Hello, my dear Gemini, and welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. I don't know about you, but March is always like this really wonderful burst of new energy. So I am bringing that forward to you all today. And I'm going to go ahead and clear the energy space. Before we get started, just take this time to sort of release tension from your body. Taking a few deep breaths here. Getting yourself comfortable, grabbing your water, whatever it is that you need to do, just taking that moment to ensure that you are in the headspace to receive this message. We had white sage there. I'll also grab a couple, I just have one, Palo Santo, just to sort of replace that energy of whatever it is you're releasing now, to bring in those spirit guide messages. And take a moment as well to just release any expectations you have for the reading. It's okay to have an intention for the reading and say, I want to focus on career, I want to focus on this. But just know that whatever it is that comes through the reading is going to be what is meant for you to hear today. So let's first go through the sequence. First, we have the center here, which will be the basis of the reading. Your past, mindset, your spirit realm messages or messages from your spirit team, and then your future action and your potential future outcome. Then this is the Lenormand, and it's just read just like a sentence there from left to right, and will give us a storyline of what's going on. So starting us off here, right in the center, we have clear aura. So I felt the energy of some of you as I was doing that little clearing. Many of you were just like, oh, I didn't even know I needed that. And we do. We all do. We have a frog here. That's all about cleansing. So this could be a physical detox of your digestion, your intestines, all the way through your stomach and your gut. A lot of us have some clearing to do there. Even if you're vegan and eating as clean as you can, And it's not something to be overthought. It's just a matter of saying, in order to manifest something new or in order to get to that next step, it just takes a little moment to make that space. In your past here, we have in the reverse the rites of passage, which is that journey that we take up the mountain every single day. And I just noticed here at the bottom of the deck from this deck here, a very, very similar message, and it says self-acceptance. So the mountain that you're climbing could be about your reflection of self, and with the clear aura, it could just be that there's some energy kind of clustered up within your auric field, within your body, but also like 3 feet out of your body. There's like an energetic something or another. And I think it's coming from judging yourself. This self-acceptance here indicates that, but again, it's just this sort of path that we're taking that might feel just a little bit heavy right now, seeing as how it is in the reversed. And then in the mindset here, we have the powwow or the quickening. This is a sharing of ideas, the gathering of nations. The gathering of nations is where many different tribes from all over the Americas, so all the way from the Yukon down to Argentina and Patagonia, where people would come together and meet in these public places once a year, and they would talk about what happened that year. So war stories, also animals and how they have been able to work with the animals or work with the land, or seeing large body of water and finishing maps, things like that. But it was all told through the physical, just telling stories, telling legends, right? So in doing so, in sharing, they're able to come together and I want to say launch, so bringing it back to the modern day now, to help with those launch phases or to help with what's coming up intuitively, the new ideas, the new innovations, things like that are coming forward for you. And in the utmost highest position here, we have self-expression. It's time to share what you have to offer with the world. It's time for you to express who you are at your core. It's time for you to show the world who you truly are. And to do that, you're going to want to clear your auric space. So once you have this sort of soul bath, it could be a sound bath, it could be an activation meditation, something to that effect that says, I'm clean and clear, I have the clarity that I need, I am a being who is one with the universe, and it is beautiful. And then you come out into the world and you say, not from a stage of look at me, it's more just, here's who I am at my soul's truth. And what I love about the painted face is that back in ancient times, people have it in their mind, excuse me, that, I apologize, I'm getting over a little bit of a cold. So I have some throat stuff coming up. But the self-expression, the painted face, back in old times, people will sometimes just think that it was only the warriors who would paint their face, but it was actually everybody. So you could be the wise one, you could be the leader, you could be the young one, you could be the somebody important son, you know, you just never know. So you're able to paint your face based upon how you feel that you are ready to approach the world. So it's it could be anything. Okay. Yes, and so we have sacred space here into your future. So what's next for you is sort of this looking down. I think it's interesting how there's this looking down, looking back. So a nostalgic energy here, but in a really good way. It's a really positive thing to go back through your past and just comb through the key moments that have really shifted you, who have made you who you are, and be comfortable expressing those things, because as you share your trial and error that you have seen on your path, on your journey, even if it's quote unquote negative, when you're doing this work and you are performing this, other people are going to feel it, and other people are going to say, wow, something's changed with them. Something is really different. They're busy because you're putting up boundaries and you're saying, here's where it's me time and nobody else needs to be in on that. This is my self-expression. This is my personal journey, and I'll share it with you when I'm ready. And so people around you are going to say, wow, they're they're out there, they're doing it, they are putting new ideas, they're being innovative, right? So there's this new respect that comes to you. Okay, this new idea, something brand new, this fiery sunshine energy and celebration with the storks there, and the lady, again, looking backwards or looking down. I mean, she's looking up, but her eyes are arrowed down. So interesting how much that's coming through. The key, which is in reverse, so the key to your own personal wisdom, the stars, so we have the sun and stars, very cool. The stars are about intuition and trusting yourself. And then we have the death card in reversed. Okay, well, there's a lot of readings that end up having the death card, and at the bottom of the deck here I just want to show you, because I think something's going on with this rites of passage journey, with this mountain that you're climbing, because the bottom of the deck here is oppression, and it's literally the cross of Christ. So it has kind of a 10 of, is it the 10 of Wands? I think it's the 10 of Wands, where he's walking up maybe it's a 9 because he's not quite there yet, right? He's like right almost at the top. And you're carrying this bundle of sticks in the traditional tarot. So you're carrying a heavy load of some kind, and you're walking up this mountain thinking, oh my goodness, how can I possibly take the next step? And the important piece to know is that you're not on anyone else's time. Life is meant to be a celebration. And also you have the key to understanding all of it, to releasing whatever it is you need to release. You have it all within you. You just need to really dedicate to that transformation, to the letting go, right? And we see that with the sacred space here. She's going through the medicine wheel, which is what we are doing. We have past, within, above, forward, and they're going through all of these portions here. So some of you may be called to the medicine wheel. I use it a lot in my framework. So if you feel called to learning more about that, then I'd invite you to come and hang out with me. Reach out to me or check out the description. I have a I have a Facebook group for spiritual entrepreneurs if you're interested in that. Now, I wanted to pull a card to go here, which is what is ready to be released or what has been suppressed up until this point. And right at the bottom of the deck here, there's a key. The key is always within your grasp. So interesting. And it's this bursting out of a cage or out of a window. And this energy here is about divine timing and just being like, just imagine, you know, being at the end of your rope, being like ready to just lay down and no longer make that climb and just say, you know, the weight is too heavy. I'm just kind of over this. I've been working too hard. And you begin to reach this point of burnout. And then you think, oh, maybe I should just go do this thing. And your intuition calls you. And your intuition just says, blast through that window and hold your hand out. And boom, there's this key. And it's the key that you've been looking for to make your desires real. I'm going to go ahead and flip these. You'll see me do that. A lot of cards, if they come out reversed, eventually when I go over all of the energy behind it, I will then flip the card. So let's go deeper into your big goal. Not just your current mindset, which is ready to share. You're ready to put things out there into the world, or so you think. But the universe is asking you to be alone for a little while, to get this self-expression stuff out of the way. Because right now you're looking back, you're looking down, which is okay. It's not to say that you don't have a good mindset. It's not to say that you're not open to your intuition coming through. There's just some second guessing energy. Do I have it in me to continue on? Perhaps it's been so hard thus far. So taking chances, or heaven forbid, giving myself some sort of pleasure or leisure time, right? Because we have this quick energy here. We have this brand new energy that then leads to the death card over there. So there's sort of this rhythm of waking up, perhaps putting on some sort of a face, showing up in a job that you dislike or a mountain that feels really hard to climb, some sort of oppressed feeling. It's almost like showing up as someone that you're not, and you're getting very tired of it. It's not something that you enjoy doing, and it's not something you meant to do. It's not like you're being fake. It's that you're doing the things that you think you need to in order to make your goals happen, and the universe is coming in saying, wait, what if I were to lead you? What if you were to enjoy this journey? What if you were to see the cleanliness of this world and celebrate with others the things that you know, the things that you've seen? So there's a little bit of resistance, but not to fear. Let's move on. So we have opportunity here, which is an extension of the star card that we see here, which is about following your own North Star. What are you called to do? Where are you called to go? Who are you called to speak to? And really following that call without any fear that you're going to do something wrong. Because I think that that might be part of it, just that second guessing of just not really knowing what the next step is and having that little bit of fear around moving on, moving forward. Okay, we have fulfillment here. Yeah, so an indicator that it's time to enjoy yourself. I mean, just imagine being starving, like really, really hungry, feeling like you've been struggling and pressing on and just you're at the end of your rope, you're on your belly crawling, and then you look up and there is a juicy, beautiful, fuzzy, clean peach hanging just within arm's reach, and you just reach out and you grab it and you dig your teeth into it, and there's like this hallelujah moment, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can get up, sure, that came at the perfect moment, what else is in store for me? And all of a sudden what it is that you're creating and how far it is that you're going all of a sudden does not feel bad anymore. And you have this opportunity because it's important to be open. You know, it's okay to set intentions. It's okay to have goals. It's okay to want stuff, to set those intentions for where you're going, where you're headed. But there's a difference between intention and expectation. And the way I teach it is wanting the expectation. You know, it's like having an umbrella outside rather than just saying, man, I hope it rains today. But instead grabbing the umbrella and being like, yep, it's going to rain. Right. And I think that some of you are doing that kind of to a fault because the universe is trying to reach you through alternative means. And there's a lot waiting for you if you simply put reckless amounts of optimism and faith into what you're doing, because here we have wonders or miracles that's now at the bottom of the deck. We have more of that space-time that we see here with the moon and then the stars and then the sun. So some of you are being called to sort of that spiritual transformation journey to further help yourself to believe in miracles, to believe that the universe has your back, and that this climb that you're on, this crazy journey called life, has enjoyment in store for you. There's some resistance to the enjoyment piece. Okay, so let's see what the message is from your spirit realms. At the bottom, before I shuffle, is you are transforming. Let go of the past, embrace the light and the joy of this new day. The joy of this new day. Let go of the past, embrace the light. I love that. So you are transforming. We have the butterfly there on that card, and then we have the death card here. And the cool thing about the death card, I know that one is a little bit Egyptian, but in the original tarot, the traditional tarot card deck, there's a lot of those coffins in there, just mingled into the deck itself, into the illustrations. And it was said that in medieval times, people would come home from war and they would climb into their coffin because they got to experience what it was like to wake up the next day in their home, you know, or around their home, their hometown, go back to the community and feel what it's like to have been so close to that death. And so it's very much like the cocoon. So I'm going to go ahead and put that one here too. And the card that I pulled for you is creation. And I believe it was Capricorn who also had this. So a new idea. It says, remember your thoughts shape your future. Your words create today. Your choices become your reality. So what you focus on grows. You have to be very acutely aware of your self-talk, what's going on in your subconscious mind, the things that are unspoken. Is it nice and crisp and clear? Does it trust that the universe has your back? Do you know that your intuition is here to guide you? Do you have the new energy coming in with opportunities for growth and innovation? It's important to embrace the fact that A, the universe has your back with this opportunity and fulfillment. That's sort of where you're going, where you're headed. I love how these are all yellow, where in the medicine wheel, this quadrant would be all yellow. So I think that's quite beautiful. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck now, we have Quest, Be Bold, and Mighty Forces will aid you. Take action, good luck favors the brave. I love that. And look at the similar stance even that these two are in. So it's almost like you've been running uphill for so long with this heavy backpack on your back, and you're finally ready now to take part in the joys of life, understanding that the key is within you and you have that key in your hand. Therefore, you can freely express to the world, to the universe, to your surroundings, your community, what you're here to create and how you're here to manifest. And at the bottom of the deck here, this is your self-expression going into the next stage, into your forward movement. We have centering. I find this so humorous because I feel like she really does not want to be there. And these are just real old-time photos that have been reimagined into new artwork. So it's just interesting. There's flowers here. The soft smile is just not very believable. And we had self-expression up here and the clear aura. So it's almost like this is the expression of you. It's like, yeah, I'm centered. Yeah, I'm good. How are you? I'm fine, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it doesn't have to be fake or nasty or mean or odd. It's, okay. It's more just about, again, you second guessing yourself and not being true. Okay. Playfulness. Okay. You guys are being called very much to get out of your comfort zone. I think this might be an indicator of that comfort zone. Your mindset is to get out into the world, the powwow type energy, and we see it again here. The fulfillment piece, the celebration. It could be an indicator to look into your community for some assistance. And it's just going to help you, just to have fun is going to help you to center yourself. It's going to help you to connect to your higher sources. It's going to help you to understand better where it is that you're going, where you're headed. So let's dive in now to the momentum. What is the driving force within you? And at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Guardian. And this is quite beautiful. Wow, I was hoping. Okay. Well, again, just can't make this stuff up. I just split the deck in half and it's exactly the one I wanted. Okay. So you have the Guardian here, and this is sort of a death card, but don't worry, it's okay. He is guarding this tomb, but the tomb is not a grave, it's more of a healing chamber. And so here is the cave from another viewpoint, and this is the guardian bear, who is the feminine nature and stands in this doorway to ensure that no one can hurt you while you perform your healing journey. So in life or death, in transformation or times of success, in times of moon and times of sun, in times of feminine nature or masculine nature, you have this protection source here that is on your side. And this one is the Queen of Stones or the Queen of Pentacles. And this would be the Death card here, or the Hermit as well. So those are very intense. I'm going to go ahead and pull those. Wow. Okay, so the next one's in line as I pull those off. We have the Seven of Vessels, or the Seven of Cups, which is about mourning. It's seeing only empty things around you. Again, just sort of a desolate type energy. And on the other hand, here we have generosity, which means having so much more than enough that you can actually give back. So very cool duality here going on. I'm actually going to switch these over, seeing as how we're going from left to right. I really want to showcase the difference here. And I know some of them were reversed, but I want you to get the full effect. So I'm going to have them right side up for you. So this is the difference between feast and famine, right? And this climbing of the hillside that feels so oppressed, that feels so sad, that feels so misaligned, but also to the point of that burnout and that overwhelm. The chaos sometimes can just get too much, too fast, and it can literally cause us to have a soul death, or like this soul experience of release, which can be so magical, so beautiful, because what you're being guided to do is this ceremony here. You set up a sacred space that's just yours and yours alone. You sit in a meditative space and you tap into your intuition. You find the keys of your soul, and you are in this little healing chamber, and you come out, you emerge from that cave, from that introspection, with so much wisdom and so much to express and to share, that people then see this opportunity of working with you, or they see this opportunity of how far you've come, and they're suddenly celebrating how far you've made it and what you've been going through. So let's go into now. I'm gonna have to squeeze. I know I get a lot of cards on the table, but I'm hoping that this is hitting home for you all. Let me know in the comments how it is being received from you. Now we have, before I shuffle, the aspects of self that are coming out to aid you. This is a Libra type energy, and it's a balance between the dark and the light, the masculine, the feminine, the feast, the famine. So a duality here as well, where everything is very light and bright and sunshiny over here, and the storyline says it's bright and sunny till it's not, and then that we have to trust ourselves, and then we burn out, and it's just this hard up and down energy. So you're being reminded here to balance, again, to center yourself in what it is that you're doing. Okay, so let's see what aspect of self is coming through for Gemini. And that's very much your energy too. You guys are the twins, right, in astrology. So you already battle with that more than the other signs. Your masculine and feminine coming together and being on the same page. It's almost like you jump from masculine to feminine, back to masculine again, and sometimes you can get stuck there. But just know that this duality is a very big part of what makes you you. It's part of your astrological makeup to do this centering work. So we have here the King of Water. We had Seven of Vessels here. We have water around here. And then we had, yes, the Queen of Stones there. Oh, Nine of Vessels, so lots of cups energy. And here's the King. So if you're going to embody any kind of masculine energy, I would suggest that it be water related. This card is very much about being the creator of your life, which we see here. And with all the fulfillment cards, and with the trust and the key, intuition as well. Then we have generosity here too. So you're meant to make it. This is what's meant for you. And it's very important for you to embody this celebration of the beauty of things. And we have these really intricate seahorses here, and the King of Water is just so like gracefully impressed with himself and how far he's come and the things that he has created. I mean, he just has this really beautiful, gentle smile going on here. So he is going to have that outlook even when it comes to this seven of vessels, the morning, and the spiritual chamber, going into this protected space and having this emergence, this beautiful understanding of healing concepts. And so let's see what the next aspect is as you move into your future and the action step that is ready for you now. Interesting. Okay. So, another masculine energy, which is okay because you're creating. You've got a lot of fire here. You also have a lot of water. And how interesting that the energy here is very similar. We have the martyr here. It's an earth sign energy, and he has the fruit and he has the scythe, where he has, oh, he has a key too. A key is around his neck. So some of you may be really drawn to aspects of information about the inner you. The key is about your intuition knows. So the Akashic Records comes up through the keys, gene codes, gene codons, and the gates of human design. If you're interested in human design, I'm doing readings for those. I also am a practitioner of the Akashic Records. I am able to teach you how to go through these aspects of change, this transformation you're doing, and also to go to the other realms, the other worlds, if you will, to connect to these higher sources and your spirit team. So everything will be in the description for that. But this is you being attached to a martyrdom type energy, which just means I will sacrifice everything I need to do in order to get to the top. I will carry this burden all the way to death in order to do what I need to do. Okay? So not necessarily the approach that the universe wants for you. So this is part of what you're kind of releasing. And instead, they want you to just take off the cross, because we have the cross in both of these. And some of you might be being called to sort of the Christ consciousness. You know, it's not a bad thing to sacrifice for the well-being of Earth, but you really don't have to. And we see that here, as well as this centering here. You know, if it's not needed to suffer, it's not needed to struggle, then you have to look at the part of yourself that's calling that in. How are you manifesting struggle? Is it your self-talk saying, oh, I can't have that? Or when you see someone who's rich, or you see someone who has what you want, you think, oh, wouldn't that be nice? You know, and there's this underlying energy of jealousy or contempt. And instead, what the universe wants you to do is just release that feeling that anything that you want is outside of you. You have this creative energy. You have the keys to manifesting this thing that you want. You have the ability to make it yours. And there's almost like this part of you that's choosing to struggle. It's like if you were to make the money, well, okay, the more you make, the more you spend. Okay, I want to have this healing journey. Well, guess what? Next week I'll have the same thing, right? So that's where the King of Water comes in as well, is saying, to really keep your emotions in check. Okay, and not from a state of judging yourself, but from a state of what is serving me and my highest good and my next step, and being a high vibrational being and bringing this new earth sort of, you know, into effect. How am I assisting the whole with my vibe and my consciousness, and how I am releasing energy and bringing energy to me. Next, we're going to go ahead and get some animals here. What animals are going to be assisting you? And at the bottom of the deck here, we have Mountain Lion, which is leadership. And I really love that leadership there, because there's a part of you that you don't even know yet. And I had a teacher tell me that. And it really kind of changed my life. There's aspects of you that you don't even know yet. So when I say that, that's what I mean by going into this metamorphosis, this cocoon energy that brings you this transformation and allows you to awaken with a new sense of bewilderment, with wonder, creativity, intuition, trust in your vibe, trust in your intuitive nudges, trust in your ability to have it all, and to give yourself free time where you're not feeling guilty about taking time for yourself. You fill up your cup and then you think, okay, well, great, now it's that person's is empty now, right? Or it's like, okay, I've paid bills, now the bank account is empty and I have to wait. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. This generosity piece here is letting the universe have multiple channels to get to you with this opportunity here. And the way to open those channels the way to open those channels is to find enjoyment and fulfillment and celebrate the tiny moments. Over the weekend in my group, which you are more than welcome to come and join us. We have a good time in there. I shared about my end goal and how I was just thinking so much about the house that I'll have one day and this beautiful dream that's my $1 million dream, my $1 million goal. And it came from this place of sheer desperation. And I just decided to share about it because, I mean, I was going through a really dark night, going through kind of this year. And I just was like, you know, who cares? I'm just going to share raw, vulnerable, open. It feels horrible sometimes to have $1 million dream because it feels so hard to trust. It feels so hard to climb that mountain. It feels so far away to have the $1 million, to buy the land, to have the house, to have the ranch, to have the retreat space, right? Which just happens to be my personal goal. But I shared about it and it was so raw, so open, but so many people were like, oh, that's such a beautiful thing. Having that release was so amazing to witness. And so what I did is I went from that space of saying, okay, I'm feeling like my dream is outside of me. It's somewhere else, somewhere that I have to reach for, somewhere that I have to strive for. And I had this energy here. It was like, I'm just carrying this burden of wanting, of longing, of desire. So I went on a drive. I got out of the situation. I said, I don't want to be here in this not home anymore. I want to be wherever my home is. So I just went for a random drive. And I came back with this overwhelming quote that I'll probably be posting about soon. I did share it in my group, but I have yet to share it in other places. But I said, magic flows in moments of leisure and pleasure. So this playfulness, this leisure here, this fulfillment here, opportunity for creation, this new blast of energy coming through for you, it can come to you just as soon as you get out of the current situation. And I know some of you may be quitting a 9-to-5 to take your business full time, or trying to leave something that was such a big part of your life, and that change feels scary to let go. But you're being prompted to do so. And even if it's painful, the reward will be that much better. Okay, so that was a long tangent. The card that we have for you for the animal that's coming through is the dolphin. And the dolphins are so sweet. They represent life mana, which is the essence of life that keeps us going. So again, this creation energy, this spark, fulfillment, celebration, playfulness, pleasure, because the dolphins are ones that are known to play. They'll go and play tag, they'll go and help other specimens, I guess you could say, other species. So they save humans from sharks. They will go and create circles around whales. And Some people say it's just for fun. Some of it is just, they're so community minded as well that it's always for this highest good, this greater good. And it's really beautiful. They have this soft smile, they're jumping, they're playing, they make noise. So again, this expression as well, the making noise, the not being afraid to express yourself. And it comes down to really knowing who that person is, and from your own perspective. The skunks are really magical too. I really love them. And another 7, you all. We have 1 and 6. We have the 7 here, 2 and 5, 1 and 7 there, 2 and 9, so 2 minus 9 is 7. Well, you know, take that, switch it. So it's just interesting. And what was on the bottom of the deck before I shuffled was this 1 and 7. So tons of 7s coming through for you, which is a magical number about trusting the universe, trusting your inner guidance system. And this here is reputation. So what I love about skunks, these are one of my spirit animals, and like I just love some of the smaller rodents, or you know, there's even ants in here and a couple different just really sort of interesting animals. We've got the opossum here too. So there's good and bad to every one of them, but the skunk doesn't really have this bad side. But the bad side would be reputation, because skunks are actually quite sweet. You can find people online who will make them into pets, get them descented or what have you, and it's not that I condone that, but it's possible because they're very peaceful little beings. I wouldn't suggest approaching them, but you know, in ancient times when everything was running smoothly and humans and animals lived in unison, the skunks know that they have that repellent, and so they're really not aggressive. They'll really just run away. They won't usually stand and fight. They don't usually care very much about what the other animals of the kingdom are doing. It's more just, hey, how are you? I'm being peaceful on my journey. You're doing your thing. So don't worry about me. But still, they have to worry about the fact that all of the animals are running from them. They have this reputation that repels people. Okay, so coming back to you and your energy, the energy of this reading and how this fits in, I think there's a fear of truly expressing yourself because you feel as though perhaps what it is that you are radiating is somehow going to repel people. The only way that this could be for you is if you're living, let's see, what am I grabbing? This energy. When this energy is all that you are, and you know, I get it. Some of us are mothers or fathers, and we have so many responsibilities, and the money comes in just to go out, and then we get up the next day to do the same thing. It's this mundane thing. And so we're in this coffin sometimes where it's just like, oh my gosh, I just want to go, you know, rest. And it's because of this burnout. And when we're burnt out, and when this is our energy, and it's not fun to be in life, then yeah, you are absolutely going to repel people. And I know that's kind of hard to hear, but in human design, we call it the not self theme, right? And for some, it's frustration, anger, bitterness, right? And it just means I'm not in alignment right now with who I am at my core. I'm living in a way that does not feel good. And therefore, my feelings are this, that, or the other. And human design is quite fun. I definitely recommend it. And I've been doing readings for charts if you're interested in that. I'll put everything in the description box. I have one more card for you. I want to put these on the table too. I run out of room sometimes. But one of the other animals that's coming through for you is this leadership here. And I feel that that could go here with this understanding what is doable, what is available for you, how you could have the key to success And what you're looking to do here is really center yourself. Come back to that balance between light and dark, masculine, feminine, how you can balance sides of yourself. And also release emotional turbulence. Excuse me. And then also manifest based upon you being your highest version of yourself. So this is going to be the card that best describes how you can connect to your spirit team, your spirit guides. We have here the sacred pool, which is again this whole energy here, bathing yourself, releasing whatever it is that no longer serves you, whatever mindset is keeping you from success. Bathing in this sacred pool, this sacred energy, this sacred light that comes from the universe, that comes from your sources, is going to really help you to ignite the soul, to awaken yourself to the possibilities. Okay. Oh, and intentions. That's beautiful. You have a great intention that you're setting out into the world to do. You have something large that you want to accomplish. And regardless of what it is, even if it feels, someone out there is feeling like it's selfish. It's selfish to have my goals, my intentions to be for me. But again, ask yourself, what would you do with all the millions of dollars? What could you create? How many people could you reach? What if the climb and the desperation and the scarcity was all gone, right? What if, what if, what if? And be coming to that viewpoint with a positive heart that expects it, that intends for it. You know, this is this wish coming to you. It just says, make a wish. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have the field of dreams, and here's your eggs in many baskets, because you're also being guided to have multiple opportunities for growth, multiple avenues for success. Maybe some of you are on that entrepreneurship journey and need to be looking into things like affiliate marketing or investing in stocks or passive income of some kind. But regardless of what that is, it could be money, it could be very different things. Your egg is your own intuition, your own idea, your own baby that you're nurturing, the idea. Anyway, okay. The field of dreams is about this blossoming that's happening. All these butterflies are being released and opening up and having that emergence, right? So this is the fairies coming out of their eggs, which is kind of silly, but they are half butterfly, I suppose. So it's this field of having more than enough. It's an abundance here. And all that you need to grow in this way, or to grow in general, is the connection to earth, the connection to sky, so masculine, feminine, and this belief that when you spread your wings, it's going to work for you, and you're going to see that growth. You're going to move through the transition that you're on. So a belief of what is possible for you is going to go a long way. You do need to nurture yourself. And again, 4s and 7s, so cool. 7 and 3, so 2, 2, 4, 7, 7, 5, 4, 1 and 7. So 1 and 6 is 7, leading right into an 8, a 2 here, 2 plus 1, 1 and 7. Very interesting duality there for you. Okay, so we've mentioned a lot of things. We've gone over a lot of concepts. More than anything, I want to urge you to be looking into your higher sources, not just what makes you you, because that's very important too, with the self-expression here and with the journey that you're on, the intentions that you have, what you would do with wealth, how to maintain that wealth. as a mindset thing. That's coming through for you. So if you are launching a business, if you're looking for that passive income, if you're looking to go that different way, get out of that 9 to 5, get out of this kind of drudgery, then let me know. I have everything in the description box that you need in order to reach out to me. I am a spiritual online business coach. I also teach the Akashic Records, which could help you with this healing chamber, this going into the transformation, this emergence that you're going through. It's a meditative journey, and it's a series of journeys that helps you to progress in a way that makes sense for you. It's baby steps, and it's taught in a perfect way. So we go through spirit guides, past lives, healing, attunement, and you get the certification to then teach others. So it's something that's very beautiful and very near and dear to my heart. And the very last module is a business module that helps you to understand how to be this leader, how to offer your services to the world, even if it is just the Akashic Records alone. That is its own income stream, because you would then have the option to teach others. So again, filling that leadership role. Or of course, you can jump right to business if it's not the Akashic Records that you want to do, and you're looking more of doing maybe some dream time work, because we have a lot of dreams here. Intuition, sacred space, healing work, going into that healing chamber. It could be Reiki, it could be crystal grids, it could be a lot of things. But there's something that's ready to be expressed, and you're being pulled in 2 different directions, which I know can be frustrating. So sometimes just having that one-on-one call or that single session that just helps you to really awaken and shake up what it is you're going through, getting that higher perspective, this sort of bear here that's guarding the door so you can do what you need to do to have this centering happen and really awaken and evolve and elevate and emerge into this playful, joyous, celebratory, centered being who then can express themselves fully, can then put their new ideas out into the world. We all have some sort of foundational work to do before the big goal can happen, before this idea can really flourish, before we can really share our ideas, because you're being guided by your mind to really share and talk about where you are, where you're going. And then you have this underlying energy of, I'm not there yet, I'm not ready for this, I have to do this healing journey before I'm ready to offer services, what have you. And it's sort of just getting in your way. So I hope that helps you all. I am a new account on here. This is my second go at a YouTube channel. So I do appreciate your likes and your comments and subscribes. And if you do subscribe, make sure to put that notification bell on so you can see when I post next month's video as we get into April, and even more of that fiery awakening energy of spring. I think many of you may just be feeling that and that need to express and to get out there and to put yourself into that position, which can a lot of times feel shaky. The change is sometimes scary, but it's going to be so worth it. So I am sending you all so much love, Gemini. I will see you all next month. Enjoy the month itself and reach out to me if you feel it. We'll see you next month. Bye.